How do you decide what parts of your life to share publicly and what parts to keep private?
I generally just lead with what I'm comfortable with. Like, if I wouldn't be ashamed to tell the person next to me on the train, then and I don't really feel shame about a lot of things. I feel like maybe that's something I could and should work on. But no, I would say the Ozempic thing is like the one thing I really had to push myself to share. But for the most part, I share what's comfortable, and I'm an open person. I think that some people find that inconceivable, but I just am.
So it's easy for you. But you were saying earlier that there's times when you're like, oh, this could be judged, this could, you know, like this could be misconstrued. And I think that's a really valid point. I appreciate you being so honest about it. That's why I'm raising it. Because I think at one point we were in this phase where we're like, vulnerability means you share everything with everyone. And I don't subscribe to that definition of vulnerability. I think vulnerability is actually, I know why I'm sharing it with this person and I feel safe to share it there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that society's had to evolve. And then you also see performative vulnerability where people are like literally telling a vulnerable story only because
you think you get rewarded for it.
Totally, exactly. Which then ruins the purpose of vulnerability because then it's not vulnerable.
Yeah.
So it's like this messy space where I'm constantly reflecting on like what's truly vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
How comfortable do I feel about it? What does that mean?
Yeah, I guess then like I wouldn't categorize myself as a particularly vulnerable person because when I share things, even things that are deeply personal, I don't feel like it's a big deal. Do you know what I mean? I'm just that's just how I am.
Yeah.
So I would feel weirder not telling people things.
Yeah.
Like even when I was trying to conceive with Ben, I do a podcast every day and I'm always talking about what's going on in my life and my marriage. And it was this huge part that I wasn't sharing and it felt so deceitful. It was so foreign to me because I'm so used to saying, yeah, last night I did X, Y, and Z and my color, my underwear is purple. Like I'm such a sharer that actually not sharing is what makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. And why did you not share that? What was the...
You know what? It's like a Jewish superstition thing.
Got it. Yeah. Same in our culture. Indian culture has that.
It felt private.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No. I think Indian culture and Jewish culture
are very similar.
Has a lot in common. And yeah, there are definitely certain things that you don't share and you don't want to open up too much about. You wait till they're real and taken care of. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. No. I respect that and I get that. And I think it's healthy for people to, you know, I just want to encourage people to think about, you know, whether they're a public figure or not, who you share what with is so important. And just don't fall into the trap of, oh, everyone's being vulnerable. That's what it means to, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's like a byproduct of the internet is like nobody really keeps anything to themselves anymore. And I think what started out as like a genuinely like good initiative to like open up about things is now like we're all sharing